Hi guys.
Hello, people.
We're watching the last episode of Mob Psycho.
I don't know what to say.
What can we tell you about that?
I don't know what to say.
Very fucking sad.
I feel very sad, but I also feel very happy.
Me too.
Like I feel it's bittersweet. Like the show is supposed to end. Like it's that type of a show. Like it doesn't need more seasons. Doesn't need like it told the story that I wanted to tell. And I think again it told it so beautifully.
Yeah, and nor do I want more seasons, honestly. Like usually it happens sometimes that like I want more. I'm selfish, you know, like even though I know it should end. But here really the story has been told.
Yeah.
Of course would like more episodes of them having fun, let's say, of Mob just being in school. We always ask for those types of episodes, more of them, you know?
Yeah.
So like if somebody was like, you're gonna get another season on just of that, I would gladly accept it, you know?
Yeah.
But like with the story that was supposed to tell, you feel it's coming to an end. You really do feel like it should end here.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that that it's ending. I'm happy that this is the way they decided to finish it, you know? And it just, like you said, just told the perfect story.
Yeah.
From the start to finish.
Yeah. We did not conclude in the previous episode, like the whole plot line with Mob, who's
I
kind
think
of now
it's
being
coming.
Yeah, it's coming now. Like Mob is dealing with himself. Like this was a long time coming. Like this has been a thing since season 1, and now we're like finally, let's say, wrapping up that storyline for him because of the trauma that he felt and like never really dealt with. He just like pushed it down, and now it's coming out in this type of a form, you know, with himself fighting himself, and this is just gonna be an episode about acceptance, and learning to deal with things, and learning to trust the people around you to help you when you need help. And I am gonna die. I'm gonna be overwhelmed by the love that this episode gonna have. I know this, and I'm like so happy about it. Again, thank you so much for voting for the show. Like this was a last minute addition for us in the poll. This was not supposed to. Like, I feel like we were sitting there and I said, oh, isn't there like another show that people keep mentioning? Because I think we had like 3 shows, maybe 4 shows.
4 shows.
And I was like, don't people also mention some show? Maybe it's called Mob Psycho or whatever, because I might have read a comment at that point. And then you were like, oh, let me check how many episodes it has. And we saw that like season 3 is about to air. So we were like, oh, it's a good thing to put it in the poll because like a new season is coming out.
But like we were so sure it's not gonna win.
Yeah, I was confident.
And
it was like very close, I think, to losing. Like I think it was between that and I want to say Stains Gate.
But it was winning the whole time. Yeah. Like it was close, but
it was so fucking
it
close.
was shocking
but, like,
because
was always
like
above, but like just like 10 votes.
Yeah. But like it was shocking because like the entire we didn't even plan to put it on the poll.
Yeah,
and then we last second put it on the poll. And that whole time it was winning, I was fucking shocked, honestly, because like it was not supposed to be.
we were not expecting that.
But I'm so glad that it did.
I am so grateful for this show. It always gave me such a warm feeling when watching it. I was always just very happy watching it, and I think it's a very simple show. It's a show that is made to be like entertaining and heartwarming. Like it's not trying to be this grandiose thing that is like too complicated that like it's gonna break you. It is just so simple. It is just so simple, and that's why I loved it. And I just wanted to be that, and I think because of that it's gonna be one of my most loved shows that we watch on this channel. I just feel a lot of warmth towards it because of the message that it at the end wanted to show, which was so full of kindness and love and support. And I'm really gonna miss it. But again, I just think it's a perfect place to end it. I think they've done all they wanted to do, and so I'm just really excited to see how they wrap this up. I don't know what we're gonna do now. Like it's gonna be Mob dealing with himself. Reagan is coming to also help, and that's gonna be lovely because Reagan has always helped Mob in these times of uncertainty when he needed it. He's gonna come and help, and everyone else also was there to
Yeah,
help.
I
like
think
Ritsu.
everything Ritsu told him in the last episode was just perfect.
Yeah, that was
And
beautiful.
was exactly what Mob needed in that moment.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that we also concluded that storyline that like has been there since season 1.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It made Mob for who he was the entire time.
Yeah. And like I love that Ritsu said, like, I did used to, let's say, be afraid of that part of you, but I'm not afraid anymore because like that part of you is just you.
Yeah.
And like I know you and I'm your little brother and like you're not gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
And so like I'm just gonna accept all of you the way that you are.
I think that's fucking beautiful.
I like what I see what I'm talking about. Like, what is this show?
Yeah.
It's so
so perfect.
I just think whole shows should be like this. I just think like, okay, not all, but like half. Half of them can be like, you know, Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga, whatever, break me, sure. The other half, let's go like Full Metal, let's go like Mob, let's fucking heal me. I need like both, you know?
I mean, I agree.
So I love it for that. It's very near and dear to my heart now. Another part that we need to find out is if Mom is gonna get rejected or not.
He will! 100%!
I think he will get rejected.
He will 100%, and I think that's gonna be by the end of the episode, like when he realizes, comes back to whatever, you know.
And it's gonna be fine.
And he's gonna talk to her,
fine.
and he's gonna tell her that he likes her, and that's gonna be so cute and nice, and then she's gonna reject him, and he's gonna accept that, and it's all gonna be nice. It's just gonna be
a lesson in how to accept these feelings.
Exactly, because in the last episode we had, I think, Ritsu, who said something along the lines, oh my god, is this all happening because she rejected him? And we're gonna see that nothing is like that Mob would never react like
Mob
that.
Mob is not that type of a person.
Yeah.
He is not that type of a guy. I mean, a child. He's a child. I can't say guy. Sounds weird.
He's literally
he's that type
baby.
of a boy. He's so small.
He's that big.
He
Literally.
is so small, and boy, again, like, I know you view other girls as vegetables, but maybe let's explore. Like, maybe you are 14 or something. Like, you are just beginning to even understand
I think
this.
he's gonna soon start.
So, yes, and
especially
so,
when he goes to high school. Let's have this year focus a bit on school, thinking of what high school you're gonna choose and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then when high school comes, I mean, then it's time to explore other girls.
Yes.
Other vegetables.
I am very much looking forward to seeing this episode. It's only 20 more minutes, and then 20 more minutes for losing this, and it's gonna be so sad, but I am so grateful.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful to it. So let's watch. Let's see how they conclude this. Let's just be happy for the next 20 minutes. This is less cute. It starts with a storm. But the storm is gonna end.
Exactly.
And the sun is gonna come out.
Exactly. It's not gonna finish with a storm. It's gonna finish with a cuteness and love.
As it always does. Oh, my sweet
God,
child. My sweet child. How do I say goodbye to you? Girl! Exactly, girl. Fucking run.
I was about to ask, why would you want to go? What?
Does she not want to leave because he took up the courage to ask her? That's so very sweet of you. I still think she don't reject him, but she's so sweet. Oh, I'm so sorry you were not.
That was scary. He could have died right now.
Reagan. Oh, I feel emotional watching this. Trans stands.
I think this was the first time. Did you kind of manage?
Barely. Oh, my favorite shot. My favorite fucking shot.
Literally.
Oh, my sweet child.
ちゃんの元に行っちゃダメだ
That's the least of our concerns.
こんな姿だからこそその上で受け入れてもらえれば僕は幸せだ
I don't want to hear this.
つぼみちゃんが僕の力に興味がなくなってからモブは力を使わなくなった好きな人のために自分が変わるのは自然なことじゃないの相手がつぼみちゃんの場合はなんで好きになったかを思い出せばいい仲が良かったから違う超能力を使える僕を特別扱いしなかったんだ僕とモブを一人の友達として仲良くしてくれた向き合ってくれたからつぼみちゃんを本当に好きになったのはお前じゃない僕だモブあの人は師匠は僕のことを特別扱いなんてしない
Of course not.
気づかないふりはもうやめろよあの人は嘘つきだモブ師匠には何度も助けられてきたそれは利用できるからだよあの人は僕の力を仕事に使うことにしか興味がない僕を一番特別扱いしてたのはあの人だ本当の姿を知ればあの人もいないよあの驚いた顔もう僕を怖がってるここに近づけもしない戻ってこいこれがお前の抱えていたものなのか知らなかったんだ師匠すまない待て話があるんだ話が頼む話を
This song.
Yeah.
こっそり筋トレしてたんだぜ
Oh, it's such a good song.
No.
Reagan, so close.
話を聞けダメだ
You tried so hard.
もうすぐ会えるなあモブずっとお前に言えなかったことがあるんだよこの人にこんな力が今のお前にこそ伝えたいんだつぼみちゃんに会う前にな元気そうじゃねえか久しぶりだなシゲよ
Wait, what?
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 シゲよお前が心の中で俺様を待ち続けたおかげでなんとか消滅せずに済んだみてえだそんでこの力の渦に引き寄せられてまた戻ってこれたってことだ相棒レーゲンの話も聞いてやるぜエクボ助けてくれたところ悪いが席を外してくれないかはあ分かったよ喧嘩すんじゃねえぞ俺にはな霊能力も超能力も何の力もないんだ持ってないんだよ最初から嘘だったんだ 事務所に来た日、俺は嘘をついた。お前の悩みを知っている相談に乗った。お前は俺を簡単に信じた。ずっと利用し続けてきたんだ。俺、本当は何も知らねえんだ。これが俺の正体だ。もう少し言わせてくれ。お前だけが特別なわけじゃない。二面性なんて誰にでもある。だからそんなに悩むな。俺は隠している本当の姿が大嫌いなんだが、俺には嘘があったから今のお前があるんじゃないか。お前はそのままでいい。もう俺がいなくても大丈夫だ。大丈夫。そろそろ受け入れてやれ。モブならそれができるってことを俺は知ってる。師匠はそう言ってる。君にも僕を受け入れてほしいんだ。みんながそうしてくれたように。それでいいの？本当に振られちゃったらどうなる？大丈夫だよ。さあ。
Ekubo!
How the fuck this happened? There's only one flower.
There's only one flower.
Flower.
No, my boy.
あ、戻ってきたぞ。振られた。何？ちゃんと待ってたのかよ。僕のことをまだ異性として見たことがないって。
まあ
ね、そういう時もあるって。そうだよ。待ってただけマシじゃねえか。これからだよ、これから。この街なんとか直さねえとな。何心配いらねえって。みんな手伝ってくれる。ああ、ほら。影山先輩、ランニングの時間です。佐川部長が呼んでます。楽しみだね。また来ますよね。間違いない。フィリス。だいぶ走れるようになった。僕も去年はすぐ貧血になってたんだけど、だからみんなもきつい時は助け合ってね。副会長ってやっぱり大変。やる気次第かな。全員の先輩たちが魅力的だったってことだ。兄さんはどう？副部長。部員も多くて楽しいよ。大丈夫？気をつけて。よかった。何やってるの、兄さん。テルさん、久しぶりだね。花沢君もこれから行くところ。
Oh my god, I feel like I'm drowning. I'm not gonna say it.
Exactly.
またあの T シャツを。今度の外前と服を着た方がいいよって言うんだ。お邪魔します。
あ、来た来た。
3人ともよく来てくれたね。お電話ありがとうございます。デートから相談所です。
芹沢さん、板についてね。
私もここでバイト始めて半年よ。だいぶそれっぽくなってきたでしょ。で、どうなの最近、彼女さんとは。
彼女じゃないですよ。振られたんだから。たまに電話してるみたいです。
あら、いいじゃない。
いつ？倉田部長、来ました。僕が呼んだんだ。
よーし、元気にやってたか？
鈴木。
おー、いつ
Okay, that is so cute.
来た来た倉田部長もうすぐ来ちゃいます
オッケーじゃあみんな隠れて
Is it his birthday? I'm gonna die.
いないのかおめでとうございますレーゲン師匠
Why would you do that? Save the cake.
誰だ今やったのは
なんだ残念なんか見たかったのにな
これから依頼に来るんだぞお前ら手伝ってもらうからな
Oh my god. I think my shirt is soaking wet. This was like the nicest thing I've seen in my life.
We made a break.
So that we will not be like crying while making
Yes,
this. Although I feel
because-
like every time I feel like we start talking about Mob, sometimes when it's an emotional episode, like after this and after the episode with Dimple, like I feel like every time I just start speaking, it's like the emotions come flooding back in. Like immediately my eyes are watering again. Like we were talking for like half an hour, we're fine. But I am overwhelmed by just how beautiful this was. Like I knew it was gonna be beautiful. There was like no question about how this was gonna be the most kind episode that you could possibly get, and yet somehow it was even more that.
I mean, this was exactly what I expected to happen.
Yeah.
Except Dimple part. Honestly, that part took me off guard. Let me just tell you, I was fucking shocked. Honestly, did not expect that to happen, especially because Dimple had a great ending. in my
Ikebo, I
opinion.
spent so much time crying over you. How dare you? All of my tears were wasted. I'm kidding, they weren't wasted, but just like bringing Dimple back, just another example of how this show's purpose is just to be good. It's just to be kind.
Yeah.
And I think someone said, I think I read like in this season or something, I think there was a comment that said that there was like an interview with one who is who's the creator of the manga, who said like his whole point with Mob Psycho 100 is just to make something kind.
Yeah.
I love you for that.
So cute.
I love that he just wanted to make something kind.
Honestly.
And he did it. Like I can't
And
imagine.
he did it perfectly, in my opinion, from start to finish, except first first three episodes. He did a bit slower in the beginning, but immediately after that, everything he wrote, it was fucking perfect, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
And just loved everything about it. And it ended, I mean, the only way this show could end.
Yeah. I love when it's this type of an ending where like the last 5 minutes or something are us like seeing how they're living now and their usual life and how much they have grown since. God.
No words, honestly. No words. The last 5 minutes have been the cutest thing.
Yeah.
Ever.
We're not going to start talking about the last 5 minutes.
Exactly, but
like,
you started.
I just wanted to briefly mention it, but I want to cry now. But the episode just started like where we left off. Like Mob is still fighting within himself and he is like, let's say, losing to himself in a way. While Reagan is like desperately trying to get to him because he needed to tell him something. And like he has put himself in so much danger. He was thrown left and fucking right and he was only human, you know? And like he went there risking his life because like he needed to tell Mob this one thing. And Mob is having this internal monologue, which is, I loved every part of that because it's very much, you know, all your, let's say, worst fears are being said by this person about how, look, Reagan is only using us. The only reason you like Tsubumi was because she never treated you any differently from anyone else, even when she knew that you had powers. She just like, she still viewed you the same way.
Yeah.
And like, that's why even Mob's other part of him, I don't know how to call him, the other part of Mob, was like going towards her. And he did not want to, let's say, listen to Reagan, because it is that like, you know how you have that like little voice in your head telling you that this person is only using you, and everything that Mob could have like thought.
That's the fear that could break
Yeah.
you, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's something that would break Mob, because Mob cares deeply for Reagan.
Yeah.
And he knows him. He always knew everything about
He was
Reagan.
even speaking to himself like, Reagan helped me so many times.
Yeah.
And again, it's like that voice in his head being like, well, he helped you for his benefit.
Yeah.
Like he just did all of this
Yeah.
for him.
But that's
and because,
something
like,
we've been saying, like from the beginning of the show, like whenever we were defending Reagan or something like that, we always sometimes mention, but again, that's beneficial to him as well.
Yeah.
But like, that's not who he was.
Yeah.
This entire, maybe in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But
in the
like
beginning.
he changed
But
alongside
exactly.
with Mob, and
Just
like he because he did change. That's why he really desperately wanted to tell Mob, because like we never actually addressed it. Like we know Mob knows that Reagan doesn't have powers,
Yeah.
but like he basically stopped him when he was saying, "I know my teacher is a really good guy." He said that. He didn't necessarily say, I know you have no abilities whatsoever.
Yeah.
And like even after that, even though like Reagan also kind of knows that Mob knows, but no one is speaking about it. Like Reagan still kind of kept pretending that he has some abilities, that he is whatever, that he was like presenting himself as a like master, even though he knows nothing.
Yeah.
And so it was really important for him to come to Mob and to get him to listen
everything.
and to tell him that he has no powers whatsoever, and that he was using him, and that when he came to his office every time they show that picture of Mob entering his office, like a part of me, I don't know what to do with myself, like, because you know at what stage he came to him, like I
he was
could
this
cry
big.
right now. He was so small and he just needed help.
Yeah.
My sweetest child, I love him, I will protect him forever. I don't need to protect him, he has everyone else to protect him. But like he said, like, I lied to you there, and I kept basically lying to you, but I can't even remember exactly what his words were, but like when you came there, it also, like, that whole thing at the end changed me as well. And like he is telling him how he also struggles with, like, let's say, that part of himself, because like it's a different thing of like who you are and how you present yourself and like who you feel you are inside and everything.
I love the moment when he just opened his opened his arms and said, "And this is who I am."
Yeah,
I just
and
love
he's just like standing
there. That's what I
His
love, because that's what
clothes are
he
ripped.
Yeah, because that's what he needed the entire time. He needed to show who he is, and Mob to accept him, just like everybody and alongside him accepted Mob for who he is, for his powers, for everything.
And so like he was, however much he is doing this for, like, let's say, Mob to tell him all that, he's doing this for himself.
Yeah,
Because like
that's
he
what I
needs
think
to
as
say
well.
this thing out loud.
Yeah.
Like he needs to accept himself as he is as
Yeah.
well. Much like Mob needs to accept himself, and that's what he wanted to tell him. Like, I accept myself now.
Yeah.
The way I am. And he was crying, and we don't see Reagan crying.
Yeah.
So just like, you are fine the way you are.
Yeah.
And you should just accept
mean,
yourself.
both
You're not special, you're not different. Everyone has other sides to them. And so you should just accept those both sides.
Yeah, and Mob coming into their office that day is what saved both of them, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, both of them influenced each other to become better.
Yeah.
And that's why you see how much Reagan has changed because he is standing in front of Mob and telling him everything about himself.
Yeah.
I mean, that tells you enough. And of course, the fact that like all of these kids came after that to him, that tells you enough about. And that's my favorite part of the show, how people around you influence you.
Yeah, and how people, like, the most important thing, and like the theme of these last few episodes is kind of accepting yourself.
Yeah.
And how much people around you can just like help you.
Yeah.
And influence you in that, because it's not easy and I don't think anyone should go through life alone. It's very difficult. And so like when he opened himself up to all the people that have all helped him, he had that like strength to just be able to accept himself the way that he is. Like he remembered all of them, and when he was talking to himself, like, I'm gonna accept you because everyone here accepted us the way we are, and everyone always told him that like how much they look up to him, and just like how just all the positive qualities that he has as a person, and everyone accepted him, and everyone treated him with kindness, and like he also treated people with kindness because of that. It is the most beautiful message that you can give, and I think this is a really like a coming of age story. And like if you ask me like a show that I would tell people to watch to sort of grow and heal, like I would say this is not only for like, it would be great if like, let's say even younger people watch it while growing up and while you're going through these phases, but like even when you're a grown up, like Reagan is, like you still don't know what you're doing. Like you question yourself and you're not quite sure what you're doing. Like I don't think that necessarily stops.
And I think many people would really relate to that, no matter of how what age they are.
Yes, and I just think
it's just a human story. It's so fucking beautiful.
And so I think this show more than any other show I would tell people to watch to kind of get that self-healing maybe, and to learn something from it, because I think there's a lot to learn from Mob, who at the beginning was very like secluded and didn't have a lot of friends and didn't want to speak to people and didn't want to show his emotions and was very afraid of his abilities, and was very shy and everything. And then he started like putting himself out there, and like he started having friends, and he met so many people who have helped him to be the person that he is today.
Influenced him so much.
Yeah, and like he has changed so much. Just like I was watching him, he is now on the self-improvement club. He is, what do you call it? Like not vice, but like the second one in charge. I don't know what that position is called.
I mean, the last 5
but like
minutes,
he is talking to the people, you know, he is talking to the rest of the body improvement club, and he is speaking confidently, and Mob cannot usually speak in a group of people. Like we know this from Mob, like he freezes, and now he's just speaking confidently. He's like, let's all just support each other and help each other, and we can get through all of this. The fucking growth and the fucking beauty, I think everyone would benefit from just watching this show. Like I don't know, this was beautiful.
Most beautiful shows
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I loved it. I'm very grateful that one wanted to just make a show that focuses on that, because like again, Mob had powers. We had the episode where he uses powers. That was such an unimportant part.
At the end of the day,
that was such an important, his abilities or whatever. That was never at the forefront of the show. Like even when he is fighting people with his powers, he doesn't even defeat them using his powers. It's again that approach of speaking to people.
It was always like
and
that.
Approaching them as humans, and like being willing to give them another chance. That always helped people. It was never about powers.
We should have known since the first time we met Tero.
Yeah. Oh my God, literally.
Literally, it was all that should have told us
that
everything
was a
about.
Representation. Like Tero was also very much struggling.
And we played this show right, I think, after Death Note or something like that, you know? I mean,
I maybe it was after Death Note.
I mean, in similar time with Full Metal. I mean, Full Metal.
We were watching Full Metal alongside Mob.
Mob, yeah. But like, it was right after Death Note, because like when we first saw Tero, our first thought was like that he's gonna be similar to Light, you know?
Yeah, because like he was talking something about along the lines of like he's a god because of his powers. And
that's that should have told us everything about the show.
Yeah, immediately.
That it's just about humans.
Yeah.
And the struggles they deal with through their lives, especially when they're younger, but the same when they're older.
Yeah. Like
and this show
maybe it's
that.
Different ways, but it's always the same thing.
It's always the same thing. We had many characters who were older, and yet they dealt with similar similar
I think
issues.
Reagan was also like a
I
perfect
mean, as
representation of that. Like
Savizav,
Savizav, I don't fucking know. So sorry, we came to the end of the show. I still can't pronounce it. Savizara, Sazivara,
something like that. Him as well.
Yes, I just think they were perfect representation because like they were older and like
Yeah.
Mob, let's say, looked up to Reagan, who he was like battling within himself. Like he felt maybe like a failure, like we saw the messages from his mother and everything, and like he was going through things as well. And just like I think again, a perfect human story that everyone just goes through things, and the most important thing is accepting yourself. And like having people around you that accept you for who you are, and like just helping each other through life. Because
No
again,
worries,
I don't, you can't go through life alone. You really can't. It's very hard. And so just like finding people to support you, it's all you can ask for. And just that the whole point of the show and like what I'm gonna carry out of it. I think like in 5 years I'm gonna forget that Mob had any abilities.
Honestly,
like I'm gonna forget that this was like a show that had like supernatural elements. Like I'm gonna forget that whole part. This was just a very human story.
I will always remember it as such.
Yes.
It honestly is one of the most beautiful and important stories that I have ever watched in any shows.
No, I would literally just recommend this to everyone to like heal a part of themselves. Just like whether you're a grown-up or whether you're a kid, I just feel like everyone can benefit from this.
There is few shows that I would always recommend to people, and Mob is definitely one of them. One of those.
I guess to go back to the plot of what happened this episode, like when Reagan was speaking all of that to him, like we said, this whole part was just beautiful. I love that whole part, and it was very helpful. But like the reason why Mob was able to like listen to him in those moments and stop for a second to listen to him, that was fucking shocking. But it was in Dimple. Just like because like when Reagan started speaking in like double voice, I was like that a little bit sounds like Dimple, but like
but I wasn't sure. Like when even when he changed, I was so shocked, but I wasn't sure what is happening.
No, me neither. I was not sure. And then like when Dimple said something along the lines of like, because Mob like deep down still wanted him to return. And like he must have wanted it like so bad, because like they mentioned this in I think season 2, maybe season 3, I don't remember. But like remember the spirit that existed because people believed in it. It was basically that's what kept Dimple alive. Because like Mob was keeping him alive in a way.
That's
and so like
adorable.
because like he had so much power now, and like Dimple could Dimple was like, he was not that colorful, so like he was barely keeping himself alive. But I think it was beautiful that it was Dimple who could get Mob to just like stop and listen to Reagan, because like he has a different relationship to Mob than like Reagan has. And I think why Mob wanted to listen to him is because Dimple was, let's say, honest with him. And Dimple wore his, let's say, flaws on his sleeve, even though he doesn't have any hands. But like he wore his flaws on his sleeves. Like he kept saying, I'm gonna do this. Like everyone knows, like Mob knew that Dimple wanted to like possess him. Like he always was kind of very upfront about it. Like even when he was lying, no one fucking believed him, you know? And so I think that allowed Mob to stop and listen to him, because he was honest to him. Like he told him what an ugly fucking shirt.
And honestly, I always go back to that. Remember that part when how Mob reacted to that, because we were scared at that moment. But like,
it was like, oh my god, that's one's gonna make him fucking flip.
And Mob just said, I'm just happy you're not completely gone, because just like the fact that you were cared for me enough to be honest with me.
See, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that? That would never happen. Like, who is that mature?
At 14?
Nobody.
At 14. Come on. I like that made it even more like beautiful and powerful. That's why he's like stopped to listen, because like he had that friendship with Dimple. And like that's why I didn't even fucking mention they played the like the first season intro while Reagan is running, and we're like going 1, 2, 3, 4 like until 100 basically. That was such a good moment. That was like such a good detail to put back in. I love when they put that. Like I love when they bring back music from like
even many throwbacks
memories,
with Reagan and Mob. With those, like they were going through memories constantly, and that was just beautiful in my opinion.
Yeah. So I love that we wrapped up that storyline with both like Dimple and Reagan, because like he said everything that he needed to say, and like then him saying that to Mob allowed Mob to then just like fully let go and accept himself. And then like the percentages kept going up, and I was like, it's gonna be something good, but I wasn't sure like what I was gonna say, like 100% what now. And then like it said Kageyama. Oh my god. Like 100% Mob. Like him finally accepting himself.
Yeah.
Like 100 Mob words. Psycho 100 for just like you finally accepting yourself. What?
Literally what?
I don't know how they did this. What a good human one has to be to write this.
And to think like this.
And to just like want to give this to the world. Yeah. I just think these stories are so important.
And not said enough, in my opinion. They haven't been told enough, these stories, in my opinion, because I really think that most shows... most of those shows are my favorite shows.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like, they are for a reason made to be like that,
Yeah.
But it's much more rare.
Yeah.
To put something like this.
Underappreciated to make a show like this. Like, yes, of course, my favorite shows... like Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, Attack on Titan, whatever. Like they're not like necessarily these types of shows.
They are just like
they because of the message at the end of the day that you come out of it. It's also a very human story, but it's
no, to me it's half. I have like Full Metal in my opinion.
Yeah,
that's just
absolutely.
hard. Avatar. I don't think I've even started to Avatar, The Last Airbender, just my favorite show. I think I am mixed between those shows, because I learned through time how to appreciate shows like this, because like maybe 5 years ago, if you gave me Mob, I would not appreciate it enough, in my opinion. So like I think I learned with time to appreciate these type of stories. And I think they're usually neglected, because like I think I would neglect it a few years back.
I just think as you become older and as you like see the world around you, and it's like it can get very maybe disheartening. And at this point, I do like appreciate these types of stories that are just about love and like support and friendship. They mean so much more to me.
Yeah.
And I think they should like be viewed on the same level as shows that are maybe taking a more nihilistic approach, which again, I love them as well, but like I just don't think these types of shows get enough praise.
I agree.
For what they are and for what they want to do.
I agree.
And I just think we should always value them.
Yeah.
When they come and when someone wants to, like you said, like Mob, Full Metal, Avatar, when you want to say this like story that is about growing up and learning, I just think those shows are golden.
Yeah.
And I always keep them close to my heart. Yeah. I always remember them as something so warm. And Mob is completely one of those shows. Like, what a love story. What a fucking love story.
And then there was a part of love story. He went and he was just coming back immediately. And then
I thought he was like he said, like, did he not find her? And like we know that he definitely found her because like the girl sat there. What a girl, honestly, what a fucking girl she was. There's a fucking tornado coming for her. And she was like, okay, I mean, I guess I have to go. But then she remembered Mob's voice and how he sounded nervous. She knows Mob enough to know that he's gonna come.
This is exactly what I wanted from that, because like it is beautiful. It is something for Mob to learn as well.
Yeah.
And I am so happy to see how he reacted to it. But I'm so happy that he was able also to cry about it.
Oh, when he started crying, I think I was smiling. It looked weird, but I was like smiling because like I was so proud of him that like he got rejected, and like at that point that's, let's say, it should be the saddest thing that happens to him.
Yeah.
But like that's not, he will grow from that, he will be fine. But like it's just so it's so nice that he has this opportunity to just be a normal kid.
Yeah.
And to
yeah,
just like
yeah.
to just like be able to cry because
And
his crush doesn't like him
but
back.
exactly, that was so, I don't know how to describe that moment that he just was able to cry about that.
Yes.
And
then to have Reagan there to just like console him, much like
Yeah.
you'll always have people around you to
Yeah.
console you, and he was like, it's fine, you'll grow up and we'll fix this city and it's gonna be perfectly
Yeah.
fine. We have this and this, like we're gonna solve everything, like
Yeah.
don't you worry, like everything is gonna be okay.
And she was so kind about it. She just said something along the lines like
I still don't
haven't
see you that way.
I still have to start seeing you that way, because like
Yeah.
that has not happened to me.
Yeah.
And after that we found out that like
They
they kept in touch, that they've been talking on the phone every week and stuff like that, and that's just adorable. That's exactly what I want. I wanted
it's
some
that type
kind
of
of
like an open ending,
hopeful
like
ending, yeah.
you know, they could just like still remain friends and
Yes,
be close,
yes.
and like she's always gonna be an important person to him because like she never treated him differently,
yeah.
and that's what he needed so much when he was
Yeah,
younger.
yeah.
Like it could also like she could also start seeing him in this way. Like you never know. It's just
Exactly.
it's not even
yeah.
important.
Yeah.
It's just so nice that was
But it was beautiful
included.
that they put. It didn't have to be. I didn't expect it
Yeah.
after we saw that
Yeah.
like she rejected him and stuff like that. I did not expect it, but again, a kindness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another kindness that this man decided to put that there, just like open ending.
Yeah.
Maybe, or it doesn't
Or
have
just,
to
like
be.
doesn't have to be. Just
Doesn't have
like you know, even if someone rejects you, even if someone doesn't feel this way, like you can still even be friends. You can still like you can move on from that.
Yeah.
Or like maybe at some point, I mean, you shouldn't wait for people because like
Yeah.
you never know what's gonna happen, and like you should move on with your life. But like it's just so kind.
Yeah.
There's not like this is the only word to describe the show is kind.
Yeah.
Like it really was for every
Start to
character.
finish.
Like all our, let's say, bad guys just like even got that understanding.
Yeah.
And like specifically, what is his name, Suzuki's father, like I just love that, like when he chose his family at the end. I like, even though he's going back to jail, doesn't matter, but like he chose his family and he gave his son, let's say, an opportunity to have a dad. Like maybe, you know, he needs to visit him in jail, but like that's still gonna be fine. I just think that was incredibly kind. And like after all that, we go to, I don't know, like 6 months maybe.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
think 6 months, because
Something along those lines, because like there was a whole new group of people who are, because like I guess, you know, grades and everything, they moved up grades, and people went for high school, whatever, and so like it's a different, the body improvement club is different, and now the one with like,
Mob was running first,
and he's so happy.
and he
And
was
like they were all running and really girls there,
Yeah.
and like all of them, they're like really improving. They're all just there to improve themselves, you know, and it's a whole like new generation of people that got there, and Mob is helping them like he was helped when he needed
Yeah.
it. What do I do with all of this? Like I don't know what to do with all of this. And like they were even talking about like, oh, like they made it a basically trip to go and visit the aliens again, like go and see the aliens, all of them, just like to hang out. And the president finally got working with Reagan so like she can like keep being in the supernatural world that she wants to so badly. Like all the characters just had such a nice ending, and Teru has his hair. It looks so nice. You look so nice.
He's so cute.
I love him. Boy, we can always go shopping.
And Mob likes the same t-shirt still, and Rizu still hates it.
And Ruth is like, well, I'm gonna tell you, but like you should be able to wear whatever you like, but I'm gonna tell you it's ugly.
Yeah.
This is me and my sister. I like tell her that's ugly, but if you like it, that's fine. And she is like, I'm gonna buy it, and I'm like, okay, you buy it. I just don't think it's good looking. And she's like, I don't care what you think. And I'm like, good for you. You should not. And I was one of funny with Lenkaritsu was imagining his hair flying off,
Yeah.
and he was like, what? It's like there's no. He deserves that. My boy Teru deserves to have the most beautiful hair. He deserves that. He gave his best and he did so much. And like even the scene with Mob, like there was a cat, and so like he went like he didn't even need to use his
His
powers.
powers,
He was like,
he was
I'm just gonna climb up
and
get it.
save her and
He just jumped, and she was like, oh great,
yeah.
like the cat is saved, and I
yeah.
can go down.
Yeah.
My
Everything.
my,
I
my
love-
sweetest fucking child.
I loved everything in this episode.
And then like the cherry and the fucking cake, the ending moment with all of them gathering. And this is the point where I cry. All of them gathering at the office, and like we see Sazewa or whatever, like having so much more confidence in answering the phone and like feeling much more, let's say, in place, because like he was also just like a really good story of overcoming your difficulties. Like he was stuck in his room for 30 years nearly, and like he got out, and he had the courage to go and get his education that he never got. It's like he's basically taking middle school classes again, you know, so that he can intellectually, let's say, grow. And I just even his story is so beautiful. He has that support as well around him to be more confident in things that he's doing. And everyone just came there. And then like the thing, I forgot about Reagan again, but like he said to Mob, I am not, basically he was letting him go. He said like, I'm not gonna be your master or whatever. And like, you don't need me now. Like you don't need me. You don't need me to just like look up to me, to heavily rely on me. Like you're gonna be fine on your own. And I think that's so beautiful, because like that's how it should be. Like Reagan should not be there to like hold him up necessarily, but like he can always be there to like lend a shoulder if it ever needs to be like that.
No, honestly, no words.
Every moment. And so like when he was coming, and I thought, and he was like speaking to Dimple, my boys going together, he was speaking to Dimple, like I just like threw around salt, like he like it's like so honest. I was like throwing around salt, and he's like, that is what you always do. And like I realized that it's probably his birthday, because like we saw in the past season, and I thought like it was gonna, like Mob was gonna appear on his birthday, but like he didn't, because like he was so alone, and there was no one there. And like just realizing in that second that like that was his birthday probably, and everyone was there, and there was like cake, and they were like, oh, are you gonna cry? And I'm like, bitch, I am fucking crying. I've been crying 20 minutes straight. And it was his birthday, and everything was just like so happy. Everyone like wished him a happy birthday. And then we got to go to the most beautiful shot of Mob just smiling, just laughing without any
he
worries.
Looked so older, in my opinion.
Looks so
you can
older.
see
He looks
the
so
difference.
much more mature.
Like when we would play the first episode, I would be so fucking shocked right now when I would play the first episode of the first season. Like that's completely different person.
Yeah.
He was completely different person back then.
Yeah.
And he'll learn so much.
Yeah.
In this past
and like
year.
The way that he is laughing, we have never seen him laugh like that. Like usually, he's sometimes smiling, but there's always something behind that smile, because like he never, I guess, he never dealt with that thing within himself, and now he has, and so now he can just like laugh freely.
Yeah.
And like that was the most beautiful shot, and just like to end it on that, it's so nice.
So beautiful, honestly.
I can't tell anything else. That was like the nicest thing.
I mean, the whole episode.
Yeah. It was the most kind thing you can give to anyone. Yes. Honestly, like it was ridiculous. I expected it to be completely. So, but like they gave me even more. I don't know, like they just gave me even more.
I mean, the only part I did not expect is the Dimple part. Yes, that's the only part that I didn't expect. But again, another proof to you how kind they want to be.
Yeah, it's just like that's the point.
Yeah.
Here's Dimple back. Here's Dimple back. Everyone is good. Everyone is happy. Let Dimple just now be Dimple. I cried so much. Like a week after we were starting to like play the next episode, and I still wanted to cry every time I thought of fucking him. And here he is in the flesh. I mean, is it flesh?
Alive and well.
I cried so much for
and
you.
I am so happy about it.
How dare you do this to me? Again, start to fucking finish, this show was just love and joy. Okay, first 3 episodes.
I was about to wait.
Doesn't matter, but like
I'm
because even
joking.
from the beginning they wanted
Yeah.
to do this, you know.
Of course.
But like in the beginning we didn't know what they wanted to do.
I mean, our reaction in the
just thought
beginning,
it
I think
was-
they were ridiculous. How paranoid we were. How
Oh my god, I was like, oh,
scared
he's
of
gonna
everything
kill
we
someone.
were. How wrong, fucking wrong we were in every single episode, in every reaction, because we
I think
are
I can
not
confidently
used to
say
these types
it
of
was the
shows.
most unpredictable show for us.
And yet,
We
when you
got
think about it,
everything
it should
wrong.
be the most predictable one. But
Because
just
it's-
because
it's-
you're
it's
not
so
used to
simple.
something like that, and you're not used to just like kindness.
Yeah.
You don't expect kindness from you. So when you see a body improvement club, you're like, oh, look at these bullies, 100%
like-
bullies. Why you beat them? And
Yeah, and I literally
like
I remember
nothing like that.
when they had a flashback of like Ritsu getting hurt. Remember, I was like, oh my god, he killed them. I went so fucking far. I was like, he fucking killed them.
Exactly.
What? Killed who? What were I talking about? But it's like we didn't know, you know. In the
Yeah,
first season,
we
you just like
just
you're
didn't
like
know.
trying to understand what the show wants, and then like I see at the end of season 1, you kind of get it more.
Yeah, I think.
And I
in
thought
season
like
one we
I thought I was
understand it.
having like my rug pulled beneath me with the whole parent thing. I was like,
Again, should have known better.
yeah, but like like we were like the first thing said that's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not. But I was like, I have been hurt too many times to believe this. Like when you think about it, trash and the way the show was going, they had to have been fine.
Yeah.
They had to have been fine. But like there was still a part of me that was like, I don't know. I don't
after
know.
that, after that,
After that, I relaxed.
after that, I got swayed because of the comments that you guys
Oh my
left.
God,
Now I don't
everyone
believe you
was-
any. Like you, every single one of you said like, "Oh my God, this is why the second you started the mob,
I was waiting for this episode.
reaction. I was like, why? If they're fine, why have you been waiting for this
But, like,
episode?
we just watched the next one immediately.
Why do
We would have saved it. I was like, it was like a week between those two episodes,
Yeah.
and I kept thinking, oh my god, are they actually dead?
I can't believe
Did
that.
they actually do this? Did they actually switch the show 180? Because I was like, why would they do this? Because like it wouldn't make sense to what the message they were trying to do.
Wouldn't make
You know,
sense at all.
and it wasn't, and it was fine, and it was the most.
And they
beautiful
went
thing.
to spa in the next episode. I mean, 2 maybe.
We still haven't seen them. Like, do they even have parents? No one knows. It's very funny to me. His parents are fucking hilarious to me. But I can't
don't
say any.
exist.
Yes, but I can't say anything to them because
They
they raised
raised
two
two
of the
best
best
boys.
boys. So like, I must be doing something wrong because like apparently
you're
it
not,
fucking
you don't
works.
have
I don't have children, but like I must be thinking something wrong because like apparently if you just leave your children to be, like they disappear for a night and you don't call the police, they're gonna be great. You know, they get kidnapped and you don't know. Great.
And who kidnapped them? Aliens.
Aliens.
Fucking aliens kidnapped them.
Oh my god.
Ridiculous.
But like I can't say anything to them because they raised literally two of the
Yeah.
sweetest fucking boys.
Yeah.
But like I feel like all the parents in the show raised great. I want to speak to the parents of the Self-Improvement Club. The fuck are you people? How did you raise them to be such way? Like this, the opposite of toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Just like this is what masculinity should be like. Just like this, you know. Just like supporting bros, supporting gym bros, whatever the fuck it's called. Like this is what it should be. This is what like I think everyone should aspire to be.
Yeah.
I will just forever be thankful that this won the poll.
No, honestly.
I will forever be
honestly,
thankful because like it
honestly.
healed a part of me as well.
Yeah. honestly.
Like I was so happy
The part
throughout
that didn't
it.
know it was broken.
Literally, I was just like so happy throughout this.
Yeah.
I just felt so loved watching this.
Yeah.
It just felt beautiful. And so I am so thankful that you finally gave us a fucking break.
So maybe
all
keep
the
being
things.
this kind because we're gonna post the poll now,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So have that in mind
Have that in mind. Okay.
when you see maybe some kinder shows and maybe some less kind shows. You choose the kinder ones, you know.
Give us a break because the things that we are watching now, I would not describe them as kind. Like yes,
I
can't say
mean, we
for
watched
Mr.
worse
Robot.
shows than these
Oh,
ones.
we watched
but,
more difficult shows.
Yeah, but
We watched more difficult
but
shows.
have in mind that like we like kindness.
Yes. And I like even when there's no no kindness, but like for example, Vinland right now that we're watching and like Attack on Titan, they're like very heavy and very like awful things are happening all around. But like the general point of it is based in love.
No.
I'm not speaking for like now the show. Like we
That's what
have
I'm
that,
saying.
but like I
I'm
love
fine
those shows
with
and
that,
appreciate
and
those shows.
I'm fine with that. I adore. The most important part of the show that's gonna stay with you is the message that it says.
Yeah.
But like I don't want another Attack on Titan.
Well, it's very
At least
difficult to
not
get
now,
through it now.
you know?
No, we have it in the form of like Vinland. It's like the closest thing.
It is, but I think Attack on Titan was
Oh yeah, Attack on Titan
harder,
was
much
Titan
harder. Can't even
was
compare to me.
I don't know. Attack on Titan just
Yeah.
hit me out of fucking nowhere. Like I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be great. I didn't think I was gonna get so like this is still my background of my phone. Like I can't messages. Still like this is still my background. I am forever affected by the show. I could deal with some more kindness
Yeah.
and less pain.
Yeah.
You know, less pain. So keep that in mind. Because we're losing this. We're losing the light. So just give us more light. Not in terms of Death Note. Let's not do that again. Okay, because like I have nothing to there's nothing for me to like hold on to.
That was honestly the only to me that was only
There was-
mistake
That was
That
nothing
these-
to hold on
that
to.
these people have made when they suggested that show.
Like look, I understand. I think it was a fascinating, let's say, how do I say, like the subject that it was exploring. I think it was very fascinating. There was nothing for me to hold on to. I hated most of the characters. The characters that I didn't hate, we didn't get a lot of depth to them. Like we lost them before they like. I still don't know anything about L. I'm assuming he was in an orphanage, you know, like that's kind of confirmed. Like we don't know nothing about him. And Light was the most awful fucking human that could exist. There was nothing redeemable within him. Misa was a mistake. I don't know why I'm speaking. I like.
The end of the Mob Psycho. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just like when I hear Death Note, I'm like.
I just want to say we don't want that.
I don't want that. I do not.
So
want that.
keep that in mind when you are choosing the show, because our fate in the next maybe even a year and a half depends on you.
In your hands.
Exactly.
In your hands.
Keep that in mind.
I mean, again, I don't think we're giving you a poll where you can choose something to harm us.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna be
But
fine.
again, we don't know much about any of these shows.
No.
When I say much, we don't know anything that you haven't told us.
Yeah.
Well, it's like we're choosing by your suggestions.
Yeah.
So if you lied, then we're
gonna
fucked.
have problems.
We're screwed.
We're gonna have problems, and like I am inclined to trust you because you have not gotten it wrong.
Well, once.
Death
A
Note
bit.
was.
Once a bit,
Look,
but like I
think
said,
Death
that's the
Note
only.
was like a thing to watch. You know what I mean? Like it was a thing to watch, to experience, and
Never
let
watch
it
again.
be a one-off. Let it be
Exactly.
just like a one-off.
Exactly.
Because
Because
I
other
don't
than
like
that-
not liking anything. I
Because
don't like
other than
hating them
that-
so much.
Because other than that, you have not made any mistake.
You have given me like my 5 favorite shows in the past like 3 years.
Exactly.
Like in the past 3 years, we have watched like 5 of my favorite shows ever.
Yeah.
So like let's keep the momentum, people.
Exactly.
Let's just do it. Because this was joy. And this was the last minute edition. Never thought it was gonna win, and you made it win. And like you gave me this kindness. Like you gave this to me. And I'm so grateful for this.
Yeah.
I cannot express to you. I'm so grateful. So thank you so much for also watching this with us.
Exactly. That's what I want to say.
And giving us your support. Again, I think it healed something within me. So I'm just so happy.
Grateful.
I'm just so happy.
Yes.
And so we'll see you maybe never if you watch something else with us.
But if you do,
or if you do, we'll see you soon then.
soon.
But
Okay,
thank you again
guys.
so much.
Thank you so
for
much.
watching.
Exactly. And for sticking through this
Yes.
whole thing with us.
It's not like it was that long.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
it's not like we did watch it once a week. So like
we
did,
watched
like,
almost a year, so 40 weeks.
What?
Watched it for 40 weeks.
we did.
Yes. A little less.
Wow, so sorry
Watched
for
it for
prolonging this. People.
38
I'm
years.
so sorry. So sorry for prolonging this. I didn't know this. But it's fine because I had it then in my life for longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it made me happy for longer. And
Exactly.
especially like now that we're watching shows that are not like, let's say, kind. This was what I needed.
Okay,
So,
guys. Thank you
That's
so
it.
much.
Thank you so much.
We'll
for
see you
watching.
maybe soon. Bye.